Men fear. This generation, they fear. Men are fucking.
Yeah.
That's why older guys will approach.
Yeah.
Guys our age don't approach because they think what? We're like gonna Venus flytrap. Like that's what they think we have in our pants.
We get approached more by like gay men than straight men. And honestly, I'd like to keep it that way.
I would like to keep it that way too.
I would like to keep it that way.
I love my gays.
Come to the front.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm the type of woman who is sick of not getting approached, so I approach men. Like, y'all have seen me out in the wild. You get me to sniff a little bit of tequila, and I'm out approaching a group of like 10 guys out at a bar because that's how you meet people. Because I just don't understand why if I, as a woman, can get rejected by a man, like, it is so much better to get rejected by a woman. We are so nice 9 times out of 10.
I don't know if that's true. And there are some women that really take a lot of pride in belittling dudes and really being mean.
That can't be the majority.
I wouldn't risk it. I just don't have I wouldn't have had the confidence to risk it. I think men are in a weird spot right now, and young men are in a weird spot right now that they don't want to come anywhere near sniffing, feeling like they're being perceived as creepy. So they're not exactly sure what their role is anymore. And then when young men talk about it, I feel like a lot of times they are met by women going, "Oh, welcome to our world for our entire lives." So kind of we're not talking about it in an authentic way.
I do think the creep argument is a little bit of a cop-out because I feel like the female equivalent is desperate. You know how many guys have probably thought that I was desperate or thirsty because I approached them and I made the first move?
I'm in the same boat as Abby. I find the creepy thing like a cop-out, and I feel like then it's like blaming women as to why I don't approach you. It's your fault. And are those instances out there? Probably. But on the whole, it's like, we should have common sense. Not everybody does, but we should have common sense.
I think you guys are doing a healthy share of woman-splaining this morning, saying that you're not really giving a lot of credibility to guys and this sort of attitude that we don't want to be perceived as creepy. Because I'm telling you, as a guy, this is exactly how they feel.
But I also feel like I'm tired of being blamed as that's the reason why you're not approaching, that it's our fault.
I can't tell you which came first, the chicken or the egg in this situation, but I can tell you where we're at.
When a girl says she wants a guy to yearn for her, that's for the pretty guys, the cute niggas. Yearning is not for the ugly niggas. That's called harassment. You keep begging and pleading and I just need you and just salivating at the mouth and shit. That's harassment. When you're cute, that's yearning. That's, working for it. That's being passionate. Sorry, everybody don't get the same terminology.
And before I even go too far in this, I wanted to read you guys some of the comments, some of the most popular comments, because this video got 1.3 million likes. Not views, 1.3 million likes. Let me read y'all some of the comments. No, because ugly men liking me immediately pisses me off. Louder for the scary ones in the back. Like, you're bothering me. It ain't yearning, it's insulting. So basically what these women are doing is saying the quiet part out loud. This is what the red pill and the manosphere has been talking about for a long time. It's the whole meme of the guy that's less attractive saying the same thing as the guy is more attractive, and one being considered harassment and the other being considered attractive, or he's just yearning for me. Oftentimes these ladies, and what's interesting about this is social media has diluted the mind so much so that these women, these types of women, believe that they're above the men that are approaching them. The market is going to tell you the men that you qualify for. So if the guys that are yearning for you look a certain way, those are the guys that you qualify for. But because they're on social media, this woman doesn't even have her own hair in her head. That's how far the delusion's gone. But she assumes because she sees herself through social media filters and she can afford to put on makeup and she's really good at face paint, because that's essentially what it is, that she's better than these men somehow, when she could just disrespect these men openly for drawing up the courage to walk across the room and approach her just because she thinks that they're less attractive. And what these ladies are saying is just the mere fact that he's not attractive is insulting to them. The idea that he would even consider that he may qualify for her or that they could even be in a relationship is insulting to them. And then they wonder why more men aren't approaching them. Make it make sense.
Motherfuckers that's, facially challenging shit, sometimes it's just, it don't hit the same. It just be like, oh my God, like, what do you see in me that you seem to resonate with? Like, am I ugly? Like, it starts scaring me. You want me so bad. And it's like, I don't even see myself like that with you, but you see something. So it's like, is it me? Am I the problem? Am I the issue? Am I the drama? So that's the difference. When you cute and you know you cute, you know you fucking cute, that's called yearning. That's what I want. Come with the cute shit. You ugly? No, you don't gotta yearn for me. Once I say I'm okay, that's it. You don't gotta keep on, making songs and this and that and the third, because, I'm not easy, but bitch, I be going. Like, I'm not gonna lie, but like, if I ain't going, it don't just you just not that him. You just not him.
Yeah, and this is why men don't yearn anymore. She just said the exact reason why men don't yearn for women anymore. Because if you like me, I don't have to do that. And if I do that for you, you don't respect it. And if I have to do that for you, it already shows you that it already shows me that you're not attracted to me. So oftentimes when modern women are saying that they have higher standards, they're not talking about they have higher standards for your character as a man. They have higher standards, but it's just all based on attractiveness. They're not judging people based off the context of their character anymore. They associate their attractiveness level with the contents of their character. If a man says something and he's not attractive, it's cringy. It's an ick. If a man says the same thing but he is attractive, it's funny. He's a comedic genius. So they're associating how you look with your moral character, and then you wonder why a lot of them end up in a bad relationship, because you're not judging the men based off the context of their character. What good is it to have stricter standards on things that don't matter in the relationship? I'm not saying the dude got to be ugly, but ladies are saying they're upping their standards, but it's just all on the attractiveness level. That's like hiring a quarterback based on his ability to catch a pass. Your standards are higher, but for the wrong things. And then a lot of these ladies that end up in poor relationships. Guys, don't even despair of stuff like this, especially if you're a young guy, trust me. You keep yourself hygienic. You work a little bit on your style, and I'm not saying you got to be a fashionista. Go with a more conservative look. Black is a good color, gray, navy blue. But just make sure your clothes fit well. By the time you hit 27, give it time, you'll see the shift. Because that lady's still young. That woman's still young. You're going to see the shift when you turn about 28, 29, 27, 28, 29, somewhere in that area where your facial hair going to start coming in. You're going to have a little bit more financial security, which is going to make you seem a lot more attractive because you're going to have a better level of confidence because you know that you can support yourself. Like I said, facial hair growing in, you're going to become more attractive. And as that happens, the women are going to start to decline in their attractiveness level. And that's okay. But see, the old game was when women were at their most attractive when they were a little bit younger, they would try to lock a man down so that a man loved them. So by the time the shift started to happen, the man was already so in love with who you were as a person, they would stick around. Now the women want to come around where you got everything built already. They don't want to help you work on yourself. They don't want to try to get your swag together to the point where they like it. They don't want to tell you to go get your hair cut and, you know, and this the cologne they want you to wear anymore. No, they don't want to work with you no more. They just want to wait for you to have it all together and then meet you at the finish line. And this is why a lot of guys are dropping out of relationships and they don't respect the game anymore because the ladies don't respect the game. For some reason, there's this culture amongst women that think that it's okay to be cruel towards men for absolutely no reason. And they justify it by saying that men of the past were cruel to women, which, by the way, is not true as feminist propaganda. But also, even if it was true, why do you think and why can you justify how you treat somebody based on something that somebody else did in the past? So yeah, those ladies don't respect game anymore. And they think in female culture that it's cool to shit on men. That's the new culture. And then you're surprised when less men approach. There's a study that said that 45% of Gen Z men have never approached a woman. 45%. This is going to become a big issue in the future, and I'm starting to see the results of it now. I see a lot of women that I ran track with, attractive women, had everything together. Went into the workforce, focused on their career. They're always on different islands or whatever they may be, drinking on a margarita. Now they about 30, 31. And the chickens come home to roost. Now everybody's scrambling to find a relationship. But you should have been doing that back then when you was insulting the men that tried to approach you and give you the life that you wanted. Guys, don't despair. The future is in your hands. Take care of yourself. Keep building up your portfolios. Be frugal. Be wise with your money. Get your style together a little bit. Stay groomed. Work on your hygiene. And the future is yours. The future is yours. Let me know in the comments below if this video was a W or a L, and give me the HBO special. That's a Help Brother Out special. Hit the like and the subscribe button for more content. Also, guys, if you want to support the channel, please join the Patreon. I'll leave a link in the pinned comments and in the description below. Till next time.